All right, I just want to show another example of using criteria, and I'll use a different table for this. So again, going back to writing your queries, sometimes it pays to take a look at the table. I'm going to do the cost table here, and I'm going to look for some specific criteria. So I'm just going to select everything since there's only two fields in there. I'm just going to do select star from the cost table. And again, I could go ahead and do my where clause, but I'm going to test this first. Take a look at my data. So maybe I'll get just the procedures that cost more than 50 bucks or something, just as a way of showing you how to add criteria to this plain query. So remember, it's going to be where, followed by field name, comparison operator, and the value. So the field name is price, I believe. Let's pull that up and make sure. Yeah, price field is what we're trying to match on. And I'm going to say greater than 50. Let's try it and then I'll explain it in a little more detail. So again, the idea of criteria, now we're getting kind of a subset, or we're getting specific results out of that table. So we whittled down and just got the things that cost more than $50. So we got field name, a comparison operator, could be less than, could be greater than, and then the value you're trying to match on. I talked in the previous video about if the value you're looking at is text, it needs to have single quotes around it, but notice if it's numeric, it doesn't. So if it's a number like age less than 50, you don't want to put quotes around the number. Or if it's, salary greater than 20,000, don't put quotes around that. But if it's somebody's name, if you're saying where name equals Jim, then you want to put single quotes around it. So your comparisons could be greater than, could be less than, could be less than equal to. Those are the kind of comparisons you can do. Let me talk about one more thing that you may want to do when you're adding criteria like this. And that is you might want to also do a sort, which I talked about previously. So if you're going to do that, if you're going to add an order by, the order by always goes at the very end. So you have from table name, where your various criteria, and then the order by clause, if you want to add one, should always come at the very end after the where clause. So let's order by price as well. Right, so now we can see they're all 50 and now they're also in order, which might be helpful when you're viewing the results of your query. So again, where, field, comparison, value you're trying to match, and then if you wanted to put it in order, order by, field name.